The Fortnite first-person mode is on the horizon, apparently arriving in the next season, in Season 2 of Fortnite Chapter 4. And this is from a notable leaker, somebody who has talked about this before. I was pretty excited because this was also somebody who leaked the no-build mode that a lot of people doubted was legitimate. Now, I know what a lot of people are going to say. Before we look at the leak and look at the information, I did want to discuss this aspect of it, that many people are going to say that this is just going to be cartoon Call of Duty, that no-build mode was not really necessary. It wasn't really all that innovative. Many people, I think, look at the game and think that they're just sort of trying to grab from other games and it's sort of uninspired. I actually think the no-build mode proves that that is not true. They were able to innovate on movement. They were able to innovate on mechanics that made it a very fun mode for the people that just didn't want to deal with the hardcore builders of the game. I'm one of those people. I just couldn't really keep up with them. And I continue to think that Fortnite is bigger than just a BR. If you look at everything they've been doing, I've consistently said I feel like they're testing for an MMO, some sort of gigantic game that's bigger than just a battle royale. If you look at how they put mounts in the game recently, that's very RPG, MMO RPG driven. If you look at the in-game PV events that they've been doing, that could be testing, kind of like having a living open world. Their massive live world events that they do are seemingly unparalleled in the gaming world, and that would be amazing for an MMO RPG. Then there's just the various vehicles and all of the weapons that they have tested over the years. A first-person no-build mode, I think, will be the perfect capstone to the game's evolution. There's been lots of things that they've added and tried out over the years, and I think sometimes people think there's no way they would ever do that in Fortnite. I don't think anything's off limits at this point. Now, keep in mind, with the way that the next season is going to start, Fortnite Chapter 4 Season 1 will end 2 whole days before the start of Season 2. They officially tweeted and said, Fortnite Battle Royale Chapter 4 Season 1 now ends on March 8th, a few days earlier than announced. And Fortnite Chapter 4 Season 2 will officially begin on Friday, March the 10th. So the current season, Season 1, is going to end on the 8th, and then the new season is going to go live on the 10th. Now, this is pretty unprecedented in the history of the game. They've not done this very many times, and when they have done this, something big and significant happens. So there could be a game-changing event happening, a massive live event, but there also could be just, a new game mode coming to the game that's going to require a little bit more work. Changing the game to allow for a first-person mode, I do think will require some significant updates because you want it to look good and feel good, which I think they can. We're talking about the Unreal Engine here. I do think they could nail the first-person feel, especially if it maintains some of that added movement, sort of the automatic shield that they give you, because you're going to get caught out in the open, you're going to get shot and not have the ability to put walls up, but then you can use the better movement to sort of get into cover and then engage how you want. I absolutely love how they've done that. So let's take a look at Insider Gaming. They have this article here, Fortnite first-person mode coming in Season 2, leak claims. Now, this has been leaked before, but again, this is from somebody who gets things right. Next week, Fortnite's first season of Chapter 4 comes to a close, and there are high expectations for the game's second season already circulating, thanks to several key leaks. Now it seems that players have something else to look forward to, as a group of prominent leakers confirm that a Fortnite first-person mode is set to debut when the second season goes live. Now, this will get me to come back to the game. I debuted and showed everybody the no-build mode. I wanted people to see it, and I'm definitely going to show this off as well. I think this would make me come back to the game at least casually, just every once in a while. Even by myself, I could see booting up every once in a while and trying this out. It's way less sweaty. Now, the first-person mode might be more sweaty than the third-person no-build. We'll have to wait and see, but I do think, some of the skill-based matchmaking takes part there, but whenever I played the no-build mode, there was seemingly not enough sweaty players to get bad. Like, I had to walk away from Call of Duty because the skill-based matchmaking was terrible. Like, I'm a pretty mediocre player, and a 1 KD is enough to put me into lobbies that just felt terrible and sweaty. And it was like, now I'm terrible. Now I'm a terrible player, and I don't want to have that experience in Fortnite for sure. This is not the first we've heard of such a mode arriving in Fortnite, as rumors regarding the first-person perspective abilities have been sauntering around the scene since at least June of 2022. It could be a game changer of a feature, and thanks to a glitch that was doing the rounds at the start of February, we already have an idea of how it will work. That was pretty cool when that happened. There was also rumors about an RPG mode where you would sort of pick a class. There was that leaked image where it looked like they kind of had like a mage and a warrior and an archer, range abilities. And it looked like, you could pick that and do sort of like RPG events. I wonder if that's been completely scrapped or evolved into something far bigger, since they continue to test what feel like to be groundbreaking or new modes to Fortnite. The RPG thing could have gotten kicked way down the road and could just be a second thing entirely. So, Fortnite first-person mode could be days away. Recently, we reported on new leak collaborations coming in the second season of Chapter 4, including an expansive Attack on Titan crossover event. There is also an alleged Resident Evil crossover in the works, but in place to celebrate the release of Resident Evil 4 Remake. Now, the most prominent leakers in the Fortnite space, HypeX and Sheena BR, have stated on Twitter that they have received insider information that has effectively confirmed the impending arrival of Fortnite's first-person mode. Let's take a look here. First, Fortnite's first-person mode is finally coming in next season. I can't highlight the text. If I click on that, it'll open the tweet. The same reliable source confirmed it to me and Sheena BR, and now G-Matrix Games and iFireMonkey got confirmation from their side too, and we have a screenshot here. So you can see in the screenshot, it's just got sort of the normal weapons, but it looks like building will be available. That's extremely interesting. I wonder how that will work, unless, of course, this is just them being cheeky from the glitch. I don't know if they're claiming that this screenshot is something that was sent to them, or if they're using this screenshot to say, hey, remember that glitch? Yeah, well, the first-person mode is coming. It was stated by HypeX in particular that this seems to be an optional setting that users can switch on at the press of a button, as most of the stuff this source has seen in third-person mode. It's almost certainly playing out more effectively on zero build, and as a result of the glitch that was being exploited earlier in February, we know exactly what it'll look like on screen. So it seems like that's potentially what we're looking at here. I don't know why you would go, if you went in the third-person build mode and you toggled first-person, that would be terrible. Unless, of course, you were in a particular situation where you felt like the first-person thing could help you, maybe with like target acquisition or aiming, that you would just prefer that. Maybe you're like up in a high position or hiding in a house and you want to like look through the windows. Generally speaking, in a third-person shooter, you don't want to leave third-person camera. It allows what is called third-person peeking, which is where you get to like the corner of a building and you can pivot the camera to see around the corner without exposing your body. So I think it'll be interesting to see how this folds out, because I mean, obviously everybody's going to want to play it, I would think, in the zero build mode. However, it's anticipated that using a first-person perspective in a build mode would be an absolute nightmare. That is, unless first-person would apply to aiming down the sights of a weapon. Oh, that would only be that, right? You would only aim down sights. Will you be playing Fortnite in first-person if the leaks are validated in a few days? I, for one, would jump in. I would. I do think it would be interesting if they tried to do like a limited build mode. Maybe you can only do like ramps just to get up in certain places. You wouldn't necessarily be able to do like, cranking 90s. I guess mouse and keyboard you probably could. I could see myself actually switching from mouse and keyboard to controller, just because when you go to first person, I wouldn't necessarily need to feel to be on mouse and keyboard. I just prefer a controller. I know people get like weird about that. They get like really elitist about whether or not you should use a controller or mouse and keyboard. And obviously in Fortnite, there were hot debates about aim assist, because aim assist on controller over the years It feels like it's been way overtuned. In games like Fortnite, people are just lasering you out of the sky. There were times where it felt like really bad players could laser beam you before you could sort of even get into cover, and then a player that was seemingly very good at building and very experienced couldn't kill you nearly as fast because the cone of accuracy seemed to spread quite a bit more. So I could see this being really appealing to that more casual audience that just likes to boot up and play a shooter with a controller. They kind of enjoy aim assist. They don't want to deal with the building and the cranking 90s and all of that. So we'll obviously have to wait and see what it looks like. If it's anything like the no build mode last time, I definitely would like to showcase that on the channel. So if you do like watching live streams of Fortnite or live streams of gameplay, make sure you're subscribed for that, and then leave a comment below. I would love to know what you think about this. Are you going to jump in? Do you think they're getting too spread thin, like, oh, they're just adding too much? What about my MMO theories? Would love some feedback from you in the comments below. Make sure you hit subscribe and the bell button as well on this video so that I can see you in the next one.